Welcome all my dear viewer and listener. Myself, Ranjit Ugle, Principal Yashwantrao Chauhan College of Pharmacy, Ahmednagar. This video contains some important topic of BCP as per exam view. So, of first year D Pharmacy of Biochemistry subject. So, I request everyone to listen and view carefully up to end so you can clear your doubts and they are helpful for the exam. So without wasting much more time, let's start the video. The first topic, that is introduction to biochemistry. In that topic, what is biochemistry and its objective, most commonly asked the question in exam. So biochemistry, bio means living. Biochemistry means the chemistry of living organism in different phases. The science in which we study the chemistry of living organism in different phases. Such science, such branch is called as biochemistry. What is the objective? What is the scope, importance of biochemistry? Biochemistry have very much importance, such as they are useful to study the chemistry, metabolism, taste of carbohydrate, protein, lipid, amino acid, vitamin, coenzyme, minerals of all biochemical, of all biomolecules. You can study the chem of them. Then also it is used to study deficiency disease of carbohydrate metabolism, protein metabolism, lipid metabolism, amino acid metabolism of all types of biomolecule. You can study their metabolism diseases. Then you also useful to study the reaction carried by the different types of enzyme. It is also useful to study the role of enzyme, coenzyme, vitamin, minerals, water, hormone in biological system. It is used to study the disease related to blood. It is used to analyze blood. It is used to analyze the urine sample for diagnosis of the diseases. These are the importance and scope of the biochemistry. Then next topic, cell. Cell is the structural and functional unit of living organism. Many times the question is asked that draw a diagram of cell. So when you're drawing a diagram, you should remember the cell consists of nucleons. They consist of nucleus. They having a nuclear membrane. Then you put cytoplasm. This is a cell membrane. Then there is a mitochondria is present in the cytoplasm. There is also the lysozyme is present. There is a Golgi bodies is present. Ribosome is present. Vacuole is present. Then centrioles is present. These are the all this cell part you can remember. Then next is the mitochondria. Why mitochondria is called as powerhouse of cell? Mitochondria is called as powerhouse of cell. Why? Because mitochondria they having a more number of enzyme. In mitochondria there is a more number of enzyme is present. Due to that, the all types of reaction, all types of metabolism may occur in the mitochondria, and during this metabolism process there is a formation of the energy, and this energy is trapped in the form of ATP, so they are called as powerhouse of cell. Metabolism means what? Biochemical changes occur in the biological system, and during these biochemical changes the energy is formed, and this energy is trapped in the form of ATP, so they are called as power generator or powerhouse of cell. Then next point, osha zone. What is the osha zone? Osha zone is the yellow color crystalline compound. Osha zone is formed by all type of reducing sugar, all types of monosaccharide. In first step, monosaccharide molecule or reducing sugar reacted with the phenylhydrazine. This phenylhydrazine they gives phenylhydrazone. In second step, this phenylhydrazone reacted with the more amount of phenylhydrazine. They use yellow color crystalline compound, and this yellow color crystalline compound is called as oxazone. Then, for example of oxazone formation of the glucosidone. How glucosidone is formed? In first step, glucose molecule reacted with the phenylhydrazine. There is a formation of glucose phenylhydrazone. Then in second step, glucose phenylhydrazone reacted with the two molecule of phenylhydrazine. There is a formation of glucosidone. It is the oxazone. Along with annealia and ammonia is removed. This is the oxazone. Then next point, vitamin and their deficiency. Many times in the exam, the question is asked that give the deficiency dishes of the vitamin. So vitamin A, deficiency of vitamin A, that is night blindness and xerophthalmia. Vitamin D deficiency in body may causes rickets, osteomalacia, osteoporosis. Vitamin K deficiency. Vitamin K is associated with the blood, so their deficiency may cause blood clotting disorder. Vitamin C deficiency, this is scurvy. Vitamin B1, that is thiamine deficiency, this is beriberi. Vitamin B3, that is niacin deficiency, this is pellagra. Vitamin B12, that is cyanocobalamin, their deficiency, this is pernicious anemia. Vitamin folic acid deficiency, this is megaloblastic anemia. Vitamin H or B7 or biotin deficiency, this is egg white injury. These are the name of vitamin and their deficiency disease. Then next one, vitamin and coenzyme. There are many times in the exam the question is asked that give the name of the coenzyme from which the vitamin from which B complex group vitamin they occur. So coenzyme is the organic molecule obtained from beta complex group vitamin necessary for the activity of the enzyme. And vitamin is the organic molecule supply in diet for performing various biological function. So vitamin B1, that is thiamine, from the B complex group vitamin coenzyme is derived. So B1 is the B complex group vitamin, that is water soluble vitamin. B1 thiamine, from thiamine coenzyme obtain TPP, thiamine pyrophosphate. Then from vitamin B2 coenzyme obtain FMN, FAD. FMN means what? Flavin mononucleotide or flavin adenine dinucleotide. Then vitamin B3, that is niacin or nicotinic acid, coenzyme obtain NAD, NADP. NAD means nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. NADP means nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate. Then vitamin B5 pantothenic acid, coenzyme obtain coenzyme A. Vitamin B6, that is pyridoxine, coenzyme obtain pyridoxal phosphate, that is PP. Vitamin B7, that is biotin, coenzyme obtain biotin. Then vitamin folic acid, coenzyme obtain tetrahydrofolic acid किंवा tetrahydrofolate. These are the coenzyme and they obtain from this vitamin. Then vitamin B12 coenzyme obtain cobamide. Then next topic, minerals and their deficiency. There are different minerals due to deficiency of that various diseases occur, such as minerals means what? Inorganic molecule supply in diet for performing various biological function. Minerals deficiency, calcium causes tetany, rickets, osteoporosis. Potassium causes hypokalemia. Sodium deficiency disease causes hyponatremia. Iron deficiency disease, iron deficiency anemia, cirrhosis. Iodine, goiter, hypothyroidism. Zinc, delay wound healing, growth retardation, phosphorus, softening of bone. They are the different diseases caused due to deficiency of the minerals. Then epimer of glucose. Epimer of glucose, firstly you know the structure of the glucose. Everybody should remember this structure of glucose. You Then there is a alpha, beta and alpha. What is the difference between alpha and beta? In case of beta, OH group on the upper side. In case of alpha, OH group on below side. This is the anomeric carbon, carbon number 1. This one is a carbon 1, that is anomeric carbon. When OH group at anomeric carbon is on the upper side, at that time they are called as beta glucose. When OH group at anomeric carbon at below side, they are called as alpha glucose. Then epimer of glucose, galactose and mannose. Galactose and mannose, these are the epimer of glucose. Epimer of glucose means what? They are formed by, these are the stereoisomer. They are formed by interconversion of H and OH group at position other than anomeric carbon. This is the anomeric carbon. Other than this anomeric carbon, when you interconvert H and OH group at different position, the compound form, such compound is called as epimer. Suppose in glucose there are two epimer of glucose. One is a galactose, one is a mannose. How galactose is formed, how mannose is formed? When you interconvert H and OH group at position 4. At position 4, there is a formation of galactose. When you interconvert H and OH group at position 2, there is a formation of mannose. Mannose is the epimer of glucose formed by interconversion of H and OH group at position 2 of glucose. Galactose is the epimer of glucose formed by interconversion of H and OH group at position 4 of glucose. This is the formation of the galactose. So galactose and mannose is the epimer of glucose formed by interconverting H and OH group at position C2 and C4. C2 by mannose and C4 by galactose. So alpha and beta, what is the difference? When OH group at anomeric carbon, when they are on the below side, they are called as alpha. When they are upper side, they are called as beta. This is on the upper side, so it is a beta glucose. This one is also the beta mannose. Then factor affecting the activity of the enzyme. This question is also asked in every exam. Enlist the factor they affect the activity of enzyme. There are several factors they affect the activity of enzyme, such as temperature, effect of pH, effect of substrate concentration, effect of enzyme concentration, effect of ions, effect of product accumulation, effect of oxidizing agent, effect of radiation. Then you explain the effect of temperature on rate of reaction. How the temperature affect the rate of reaction? In this graph shows that effect of temperature on rate of reaction. When you plot such graph, when you plot temperature on x-axis and rate of reaction on the y-axis, and when you increase the temperature initially, the rate of reaction is proportional. It means that temperature increases, rate of reaction increases up to the optimum temperature. Means what? Initially rate of reaction is directly proportional to the temperature up to the optimum temperature. Temperature increases, rate of reaction increase. But after the optimum temperature, further you increase the temperature, rate of reaction goes to decrease, because enzyme is the protein, and when you increase the temperature after the optimum temperature, it undergoes denaturation, because it is a protein, and after the denaturation the enzyme molecule become deactive. Due to that, rate of reaction goes to decrease, and this effect can be shown by plotting temperature on the x-axis and rate of reaction on the y-axis. Optimum temperature means what? The temperature at which enzyme shows maximum activity, and generally optimum temperature is between 37 to 45 degrees Celsius. Then Next is the structure of cholesterol and their chemical test. In every exam, this question is also asked. So everybody remember the structure of the cholesterol. Structure of the cholesterol, it is a steroidal. Steroidal means what? They consist of three six-member ring and one five-member ring. Cyclopentane phenanthrene nucleus. This is the basic stereoskeleton of the cholesterol. Then there are tests, three tests mainly, but only you discuss two tests. First test is a Lieberman-Burcher reaction. In this reaction, what you do? You take a test tube. In test tube, you add sample. Suppose there is cholesterol. In this, you add chloroform. Then you add acetic anhydride. Acetic anhydride, and suppose and you add H2SO4, and there is a formation of rosy red color. Suppose this rosy red color change to blue and finally green, it means the given sample is a cholesterol. In test tube, you take the sample, that is suppose sterol in chloroform. In this you add acetic anhydride. In this you add H2SO4. Rosy red color is formed and this changes to blue and finally green. It indicates the cholesterol. Second test is the Salosky test. In this test, you take the test tube. In the test tube, you add sample, that is sterol plus chloroform, then equal helium of H2SO4 and allow for separate. Then chloroform layer and acid layer is separate, and if acid layer gives green color and chloroform layer gives red color, it indicates the presence of the cholesterol. This is the Salosky test. Then next one is the abnormal urine constituent and their significance. In exam, the question is asked that enlist the abnormal constituent of the urine and give their significance. So the abnormal constituent are, first one is a sugar, that is glucose. When glucose or sugar they are present in the urine, such condition is called as glycosuria, and this condition is occur mainly in case of diabetes patient. Then second, ketone bodies. Ketone bodies means what? Acetone, acetoacetic acid, beta hydroxybutyric acid. These three substances are called as ketone bodies. When these ketone bodies they are present in the urine, such urine is called as ketonuria, and they are occur in case of diabetes, in case of pregnancy, in case of carbohydrate starvation. Then third one is a protein. When protein is present in the urine, such condition is called as proteinuria, and they are occur in case of pregnancy, in case of severe exercise, in case of high protein meal or nephritis. Then fourth abnormal constituent, that is bile pigment or bile salt. And bile pigment and bile salt is increased in the urine in case of jaundice or hepatitis. Bile salt means what? Sodium glycocolate or sodium taurocolate is called as bile salt, and bile pigment is the breakdown product of the hemoglobin. That is bilirubin and biliverdin is called as bile pigment. Then blood. When blood is present in the urine, such conditions called as hematuria, and they occur in case of acute inflammation of urinary bladder or urinary organism. Then in case of TB, in case of cancer, in case of hemolytic jaundice. Then pus. When pus is present in the urine, such condition is called as pyuria, and they occur due to inflammation of urinary bladder or urethra or kidney. These are the abnormal constituent of the urine and their significance. Then next point, balance it of water. There are several factors they regulate the metabolism of water, such as ADH or vasopressin hormone, hypothalamus, solids, renin-angiotensin system, adrenal cortex and water loss aldosterone system, They maintain equilibrium between intake and loss of water. So there are different sources of water, such as from food you take nearly about 1000 ml water, nearly about 40%. Water in drink you take nearly about 1200 ml, 48%. Metabolic water during the metabolism process 300 ml is obtained, nearly about 12%. So total 2500 ml. Then loss. There are different losses of water from the body, such as facial loss, nearly about 200 ml, means 8%. Renal loss, 1400 ml, nearly 56%. From sweat, 600 ml, nearly about 24%. And from lung, 300 ml, nearly about 12%. So total loss 2500 ml. And this is the balance sheet of water. Many times question is asked that write a short note on balance sheet of water. So you write down all these things. Then next one, distribution of water in the body. Generally, all the fluid which present in our body is referred as water. So, generally it contribute nearly about 60 to 70% of body weight, and they are distributed in two compartments. First one is the intracellular fluid, and second is the extracellular fluid. Intracellular fluid means what? The fluid which present inside the cell. They contribute nearly about 50% of body weight. And extracellular means what? They present outside the cell. They contribute nearly about 20% of body weight. Extracellular fluid, they are again classified into two types. First is the intestinal fluid, they contribute, and second is the blood plasma fluid. Intestinal fluid, they contribute nearly about 50% of body weight, and blood plasma fluid, they contribute nearly about 5% of body weight. For example, in 70 kg person, the distribution of water they are shown as, suppose in 70 kg of person, intracellular fluid, that is 50%, it contribute 35 liter. Extracellular fluid 20%, it contribute 14 liter. So in case of extracellular there are two type. Intestinal fluid, they contribute 50%, so 10.5 liter, and blood plasma fluid, they contribute 5%, so 3.5 liter. This is the overall distribution of water in the body. So I think everybody knows all the importance points of the biochemistry of first year D Form C. There is very much all other topics, important topics of biochemistry remains. We can, I will try to make the video of such important topic also. So I conclude this video. Once again, thanks everyone.